a man starts on you. You ask for salt, he tells you, do you just eat that salt? But do they really eat salt? You ask for soap, a man just slaps you. So, but when you have money, you can take your children to school, you can buy yourself a nice dress, you can buy yourself a nice shoe, you can get everything that you want.
Well, the purpose of this training was basically to equip the women with key issues pertaining, their functionality of their structures. Number one, we were tackling issues to do with the parish development model. We wanted them to also give us feedback. If they are benefiting from this program, what are the loopholes and what we can do as government to improve on this program. But we also thought it wise that since these are leaders, we needed to talk to them about entrepreneurship, talk to them about savings, talk to them about agriculture, because that is basically what all of them, as you all know, the backbone of our communities. In Uganda, in Acholi, in Kitgum district, is agriculture, is farming. So we needed to talk to them about what kind of agriculture they should indulge in, looking at mechanization of agriculture, looking at agriculture with calculations. If you have, maybe you're planting probably maize, simsim, sorghum, and maybe you need to throw at least some animals in the compound, you also need to have some venture that you can, have to bring money. And of course, as you know, the president has always emphasized on having interventions that can support each household. So we had to talk to them about that and bring facilitators that can, talk to them and also pick their opinion. But we also use this opportunity to talk to them about issues of gender-based violence and make it clear that it takes two, people to entangle and equip women with skills on how they can mitigate issues of gender-based violence. And that is why we were trying to emphasize on the character of a woman, looking at the traditional character of how women are supposed to behave, how you can avoid violence and how you can avoid conflict in their homes, but also looking at civic education. So, but basically interactions, we had an interactive engagement, pick their perspective, how they look at things. And this helps me as a legislator, that I will be able to legislate from an informed perspective. So I want to thank the Women Council for accepting to come to Kitgum and giving them time and also putting in resources to train these women. We need more and more of such engagements so that women can speak. When you have an avenue to speak, you'll be able to also change your mindset. So issues of mindset transformation also, take such kind of engagements. I was happy. On a scale of 1 to 10, I think this training has given them at least 7. Women complain about fellow women fighting each other. But for me, I think the society is never fair for anybody, but it's just very important that women collectively, rally behind agenda, issues that affect them, not individual matters. It's not about Lillian Abe, but it's about what Lillian Abe, stands for and what capabilities can she possess to push the issues that we are looking at forward. Whenever I see people fighting, it might be because they lack something to unite them. So it's true that women always have these issues against the other. They feel this one is not better than me, why this so and so. But it also applies to men. So it's basically the conflict in societies. I don't want to buy into the narrative that women only fight women. But I want to buy into the narrative that competition is healthy, but there should be competition which is not individual and personally based. It's not about my personality, but it's about what I stand for. And it's okay to disagree. It's about how you disagree, but we must always rally together as women to support our agenda, to push our agenda, to make sure that everything we do, a woman is catered for, whether it is budgeting, legislation, distribution of resources. We must ensure women are catered for.
My name is Hajat Farida Chiboa. I'm the National Chair of the Women's Council of Uganda, and of course today we are here in Kitgum district to have a training and basically an interaction with all the women leaders, those at the district as councillors and those in the women's council structures, and of course to discuss about a number of issues, but mainly you know very well that these leaders have a role to play in all sectors, and of course they needed to know their mandate, they needed to know their fate, but of course most importantly we wanted to have a discussion and a training on a number of government programs that are coming out and how they can benefit. You know very well we've had a number of programs, that is the Uganda Women Entrepreneurship Program and YLOP, that was joined together, and of course money is still revolving in the districts, and women are still benefiting out of that program. So we wanted to encourage them, still those that have not given back the money, to take it back, because they know that this is a revolving fund, and definitely if they don't bring it back, that means other women will not benefit. So that was very key. And secondly, we were discussing about the parish development model. You know what is trending now is the PDM. It has got, it is at all the parishes in Uganda, and the money has already gone to the to the parishes. And you know very well how the women have 30%, and the young people have 30% out of the 100 million that is supposed to go to all the parishes in all the districts of Uganda. But of course, and get to know who exactly benefits, how do they benefit, and how is it going to impact on their lives. And of course other programs that are coming, like the GROW program, where one has to be having a business or an enterprise that she's venturing into in order to get that money. So that money is beginning next financial year. So we were trying to prepare them so that they go back and get and pass over that information to the women that they lead. You are very much aware that information is power. When these women leaders given the information, they can always pass it over to the women that they lead. But of course we also had to discuss issues to do with home management. You know, we are mothers. We are talking about issues of domestic violence, how we can curb it and how we can distance ourselves from it. You saw how they were giving us the causes, and we are getting the solutions so that we make sure that families stay together. And of course when a family is together, that means the country is together. When a family is unstable, right from the mother, the children and the husband, that means also the country and all the development programs will not have any impact, because what we need is the free society, and the society begins with the home. It begins with the family. So we wanted to encourage these women leaders to lead by example, to make sure that they protect families, they protect fellow women who are going through a number of challenges. You heard how they were explaining to us how they have been left with a lot of responsibilities by men. So we were encouraging them not to neglect these government programs, because it is the only way we can benefit and maybe get out of poverty, which is a key factor in domestic violence.